Oh, whoa, 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 ladies and gentlemen, girls and boys of all ages, it's a new exciting edition of the Rigmarole, a completely improvised comedy show based on your suggestions. Here's how it works. We take your suggestions, we come up with the title of the show, we take a couple more prompts, we let those inspire us to create characters, situations, scenarios. We also
use a bell every time we want to change ideas. That lets you know that we're doing something different. We may play the same character. So if he's Dr. Kevin Sislin, I may also later be Dr. Kevin Sislin. It doesn't matter who's who, but know that it can happen.
We'll go forwards and backwards in time. We'll play lots of different characters. Just watch for a second. You'll totally catch on. It's long form improvised comedy and it's called the Rigmarole. Here's where you get your fingers ready to type. We want some adjectives and some nouns typed into the little chat box right there. And that's going to help us come up with the title of the show. So get it on like Donkey Kong to the break of dawn. What do we got? What do we got? Coming in hot. Where is it? What can we, I feel it's all happening. It's about to all happen right now.
We're in the midst of it. And this is what it feels like in the midst of it. You don't even understand that it's happening.
No.
Yet.
Here we go. Run them down.
What we got? Coal miners.
Green.
Curious.
Pencil.
Madmen.
Wealthy.
People watchers.
Ooh, I like that one. Healthy.
Healthy.
I feel like stealthy might be coming next.
I hope so.
Slippery.
Bakers.
Ooh, I like slippery.
Okay. Noisy. Oh, clouds. Let's see. So slippery.
Oh, hello, Becky. Hello, Marie. Hello, Julie.
Hello, Becky. Hello, Marie.
Tea.
Hello.
Don't forget about tea.
I think slippery coal miners.
Oh, slippery coal miners. That sounds wonderful. Jolly bird watchers, waiters.
Oh, bird watchers.
I love it. Awesome. Hello. Okay, cool. So now the title of this episode is now The Slippery Coal Miners. What does that mean? I don't know. We'll find out together because it's improvised and it's really made up and nothing is planned or scripted. Get it? Nice. All right. What do we got next? Mark, this is one of your favorite things that you always wanted to know about everything.
Yeah. What is something interesting about your neighbor? Could be a neighbor you currently have. Could be a neighbor from the past. Anytime you've lived near someone and you found something interesting about them, that could be something that you take inspiration from right now.
While we wait for people to type those in, I want to introduce you to the candid and illustrious Marc Little is with us tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Marc Little!
Thank you so much. And I would like to introduce you all to the splendid and gentrifying Kerby Joe Grubb.
I'm not going to be here for long. I've been gentrified, so let's make the most of it while it's still here. All right, let's run them down. What do we got?
He has a blue inner tube.
He is 75 and works at Tommy Bahama.
He has his dad mow his lawn.
He is divorced but lives with his ex-wife that he refers to as his roommate.
His kids never come out of the house.
Oh, whoops. He enjoys a pool day.
Mean.
Cold.
He has made several complaints to the post office for receiving my mail.
Unfriendly.
She always apologizes for everything.
Her kids are daredevils.
Oh.
I like that one. Her kids are daredevils. Okay, so we're gonna take that as a suggestion. Let it inspire us to, I don't know what, it'll show up, but look for your suggestions in the future program, which will begin momentarily. And for our third and final prompt of this episode of the Rigmarole, what would you like to stop at all costs?
No matter what the cost.
No matter what the cost is, at any cost. You could also name the cost if you like.
Sure.
But what? Let's get out. What would you like to stop? He forgets my name. I would like to stop that. Stop all that. No receiving my mail. Happens a lot. Chuck. Oh, shots are fired on the Chuckster.
We'd
Miss Marie would like to stop Chuck Croc wearing. Wearing in general.
Also makes sense.
I like those. Those are good. Mark, this is your choice.
Oh, this is my choice?
Uh-huh.
Oh, I guess it is my choice. Well, our options are Chuck and Croc wearing.
We also got inner tubes. She like to stop inner tubes.
Oh, yeah.
Let's just put a mandate on no more inner tubes. Orange throwing. Campers. Complaints.
I like campers.
Campers.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw campers in there.
I love that Marie's not. She wants campers to stop at all costs.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, awesome. Thanks for the suggestions, you guys. This is really
thank you very
good.
much.
Now we're gonna use those as we said. Look for them in the show. Ooh, mom haters. You know what? I'm with you, mom haters.
Yeah, mom haters need to be
yourselves. You
they
guys
need to be absolutely.
I know. These vocal mom haters.
I'm so sick of mothers. Yeah.
So to recap, we have campers. What you'd like to stop at all costs. What your neighbor's his ex-wife. He has an ex-wife and he calls her his roommate.
And also
that's the fact about the neighbor.
And her kids are daredevils.
And her kids are daredevils. And the title of this episode of the Rigmarole is
The Slippery Coal Miners.
Hey, somebody got a match?
Yeah. Hey, I got it. Yeah.
Hey, it's
Hold on.
it's pretty dark down here.
Well, I'm getting my match.
Get them. You need a match, okay? I told you you gotta have a match. You come down into the mine, you gotta bring a match.
Well, Horace, I would strike the match, but this is my lucky matchbook. And it's lucky because I've never struck a single match out of it.
Wendell, if you're going to be my apprentice in the coal mine, you're going to have to bring the tools and the utilities that I bring you to bring, okay? You're going to embarrass me when we get in there in front of the other coal miners.
But hey, Horace, it's never been my intention to outright embarrass you, but I think, some things have got to change. I know I'm just an apprentice around here, but the old ways can't be the only way, huh?
Oh, Wendell, was it never your intention, really? How about that time that you made a birthday cake for my sister's wedding? Oh, was it not your intention to embarrass me that day?
Well, I guess there might have been some intention to embarrass that day.
Sylvie, as your brother, I would like to gift you the greatest of all gifts, and it is a birthday cake made by my dear friend and apprentice, Wendell. Wendell, bring it on out here.
Thank you, Horace. Thank you for that introduction.
What in God's name? What is that? It's just 2 lumps of cake in your hands. This is not a proper Wendell. I'm so embarrassed.
I'm embarrassed. That's what I was going for.
Last
time you hired me to bake a cake.
Well, hire you was sort of loose. I asked you and I gave you a wooden nickel that was carved by Granddad.
Well, You know, I've always had a great affinity for wood, especially spruce.
Wendell, do you have any spruce matches that you're pulling out? Because it is dark and we cannot begin our coal mining work until you begin to light the mine.
I've told you I'd love to light it, but I have a lot of luck in this little Lucky Match book, and it would be, I think, a real misstep for me to simply strike a match and forego all that luck for the rest of my life. That'd be short-sighted, right? To just get a little bit of light when I could quite easily just have luck for the rest of my life. You understand?
You know what short-sighted is? Short-sighted is not being able to see at all, not even 1 millimeter in front of your eyeballs. Wendell, I specifically asked you, I said, I'm not going to bring my headlamp today. I need you to bring a match so we can find the box of headlamps, and here we are. You've embarrassed me once again.
Well, the way you phrased it was, I need you to bring a match and we'll find the box of headlamps. I never inferred striking.
I need you to bring a match and we'll find a box of headlamps, okay? So tomorrow when we get in there, I want you come and get me out of my camper, okay? Pick me up out of my camper because I'm going to be hungover and I'm having a hard time getting up in the morning.
I understand.
Pick me up, find some matches, and then we're going to find the headlamps, okay?
I need you to know this is my Lucky Match book and I don't strike.
I'm making fun of my drunk voice?
No, I'm not. I've been drinking with you.
You've been drinking ginger ale sarsaparillas.
Well, sometimes you just have to act drunk and then you feel drunk. You know, you get it.
I see. Okay, guys, I apologize for Wendell. He's not gonna act like this tomorrow at the coal mine. He's my princess, and he's gonna be cool. Okay, just don't even worry about it right now. Just come here, guy. He's gonna be able to bring a match and we're gonna find the headlamps.
But I'm not striking any. So you know.
In fairness, you didn't tell me that you wouldn't strike it. That is now coming back to me as I was blacked out drunk at the time.
That's it, and I had a feeling that you were. So that was, I thought, the whole headlamp thing, that you weren't even going to bring your headlamp. I thought you might just be joking. There's kind of
give me the match. Give me what is that? Give me the match.
No, don't.
What?
Don't.
Wendell.
Come on.
Wendell, why is your skin so slick and slippery?
Well, I've been, coal mining can really dry out the skin even at an apprentice level. So every night I like to go home and I put a little avocado oil on my hands and cuticles, and then I wear gloves to sleep to just make sure everything stays soft. But
Wendell, I can't find the avocado oil.
Oh, it's right here, sweetheart.
I need it. I'm making a souffle, avocado oil souffle.
Well, that sounds delicious. I also need it for my hands and cuticles. Do you understand? I do coal mining work. Yes?
Honey, you're just an apprentice. Okay, let's just hand over the avocado oil before the souffle burns.
Have you seen Horace's hands? I refuse to let my hands look like that within 5 years.
No, why would I have seen or felt Horace's hands? Why would you ask me such a question? That's a very strange question to ask your wife of 3 years if she's seen or felt or knew the details about the man's hands who you spend all your time with and speak so highly of and lives right next door to us.
You are acting highly suspicious, Wendy.
Suspicious. I'm acting suspicious.
Well, Wendy. What about the souffle?
Horace, Wendell knows. Wendell knows everything about us. He asked about your hands. Open the door.
Wendy, I can't open the door right now.
Why not? He knows
Because-
everything. I came to the cellar door like you said. He can't see us from the house. Open the door.
He can or he can't.
He cannot. He cannot. There is not a clear eye line from our back door to this cellar door as it is subterranean. And I have walked down these steps here to see you and to let you know that he is onto us. That he
Well, let me
knows
tell you.
about us. He asked me about your hands.
Well, that's troubling, but let me tell you, there is a clear eye line from this people to your beautiful figure, my sweet girl.
Stop it. This is hardly the time, okay? I feel like I may have overreacted to him asking about your hands, and now he's onto us because, well, I was making an avocado souffle, as you do, as I do most Thursday evenings
I
at
understand.
9:15.
Yeah, well, old habits die hard, right?
I see your eyeball in there, and it is beautiful. And I just want you to, can you just open the door so that we can run away together? I will stab your wife in the leg. I will call the police so that she's not mortally wounded, and then we will run away. Dorothy does not appreciate you. She doesn't make avocado souffles.
She never has. No, it's not even. The one time I asked her about a souffle, she said, "What is that? Some pudding or something?" I said, "No, it's not pudding. It's a type of baked dish." And
it's a type of exactly, Doris. She's so stupid. She doesn't even get it. And that's why you belong with me. You know what? I'm gonna go in the camper. I'll be in your camper. Okay. So
yeah.
Sneak out, and then we'll figure this out together. Okay.
All right.
But I really want to stab Dorothy in the leg. I just have always wanted to do that, and I just feel like she deserves it for that time that she made me that crochet thing. That was actually a gift, but it was a backhanded compliment. You remember what it said?
It was a definitely hugely backhanded compliment crochet gift. It was that's when I knew that Dorothy was just not the type of person I could be with long term.
Oh no! Oh, Wendell's coming! Maybe in the camper.
Dorothy, I'm just you. You could just keep sitting here, clipping words out of the paper and crocheting, and clipping out the words that have to do with crochet, such as stitch, thread, all the words out of the newspaper. I'm gonna be heading out to the camper to do some labor on it.
Why don't I go with you there?
I think we're both better served. Actually, you know what? I think you could take a little time off crocheting and come out to the camper. Put on some shorts though, because those jeans are a little hot, I think.
I'm almost done with my crochet word cut out ransom note.
Well, you're a miracle worker, Dorothy. You're a miracle worker.
The ransom note appears to be a bunch of words cut out of.
Oh, really, Tom? The ransom note is a bunch of words?
You know what, Tyler? This is hard for all of us, okay? And I want our whole family to know what I'm looking at here. So I'm just gonna describe it, Tyler.
Okay.
Look, we're all high strung, okay?
Okay.
We
No,
all had our sister abducted, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, not just you, Tyler. Okay.
No, you're right.
We all had our sister abducted. So can I just describe to the family the ransom note that I'm looking at here?
Of course, Tom. I'm sorry. Of course. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm gonna go from the top.
Well, okay.
Tyler,
I'm not.
if you don't let me describe the ransom note to our family, then we cannot find Penelope Ann.
Tom, you know that Penelope Ann and I have a very tight bond.
Yeah, you know what we do? Some say a little too tight, Tyler. A little too tight. You and Cindy Penelope Ann, which, by the way, she only has 2 names, and you renamed her, Cindy Penelope Ann. Like, we all went along with it, but that's weird, and it's messed up. Okay, Ty?
Why? I think CPA is a fun initial. I think CPA is a fun name to be able to call your sister.
Okay. You know what, Tyler? Let's just table this for the moment. I just want to get okay. So the ransom note for our sister Penelope Ann's abduction. Yeah, smoke. That's good. That'll help. Smoke your cloves, you hipster douche.
I'm just trying to feel better. If we've got our sister abducted, you can't even get through the first word of the damn ransom note.
I am trying to describe to our family, who is all here assembled and waiting patiently while you and I bicker as 2 brothers, one biological, one abducted.
Right now is the time to bring up the adoption, huh?
Yes. I think it explains a lot, Ty. I think it explains a lot. Oh, how dare you blow your clove smoke in my face?
You know we love both of you equally.
Mom? I know you said to be nice to Tyler.
Yes, because he's adopted.
But I do not feel like he is a real member of this family. And although he's only 2.5 years old, I feel as though he will bring our family down and will ultimately will lead to the demise of the Henderson clan.
Well, that's very descriptive of you. And I appreciate that you're always thinking ahead like that.
Mom, I thought ahead of something else.
Okay.
If I could take Tyler in my basket on my bicycle back to the adoption orphanage or whatever it is, and I could just knock on the door and I could say, we don't want him, we don't need him, he's going to lead to the demise of our Henderson clan.
Okay, I understand you want to do that, and I think that it's a good version of problem solving, but there is a strict no take-backs policy when it comes to adoption.
Well, Mom, when I said that I would do that, I probably should have said I already did it. And that no one answered because it's after hours. So Tyler he's very comfortable in his bassinet on the doorstep of the adoption orphanage.
That is wrong. I'm going to the adoption orphanage right now, and I'm picking him back up. I can't believe you. I've told you countless times. You're not allowed to take your brother, whether he be adopted or full blood.
He's adopted and he's not my brother. Penelope Ann is my sister, and she used to love me and look up to me as an older brother, but now she only thinks about Tyler. I think they have a little too weird of a close bond.
You've stated already that Tyler is 2.5. Penelope Ann is roughly 1.5 years old. But I don't take it too seriously, my son.
Well, I take it very seriously, Mom. Very seriously, okay? Because as the oldest son of this family and the boy who cried the hardest when Dad said, "See you later, suckers," 3 months ago, then I have to take responsibility.
Hey, Henderson clan. See you later, suckers. Well, you wouldn't believe this, Henry, but
Try me.
well, I just walked out of my house. The whole Henderson clan.
Oh,
Yeah. Wife was in there. Tyler, Trevor, whole family, and
how about Penelope Ann?
yeah,
What
Penelope,
is she now? Roughly 1.25
she's
years
about
old?
she's about 1.25. About 3 months from now, she'll be about 1.5.
Listen, I've been tending bar at the Miners' Cove for nigh on 15 years now.
Oh, I know it.
And for coal miners like yourself, Jackson, walking out on your family is a standard operating procedure, okay? Look at Tommy down the bar here. This is a standard thing, man. Something we all go through.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Kind of
Tommy, that's
encouragement,
Tommy.
Tom.
Look at Phalanx right on your other side there.
Uh-oh.
I'm Phalanx, and I walked out of my family 3 months after I gave birth.
Oh, well, good for you, Phalanx. I actually just did it, just came from it right now. And let me tell you, even though this jerky is delicious, it doesn't compare to the feeling of doing that.
You, sir, have gone through a rite of passage for coal miners, okay? Because our kind, and I count myself as one of you.
Well, yeah, you're one of us.
Because I tend bar here at the Miners' Coal. And hey, morning, noon, and night shift, I'm here to listen, to wipe the soot off your eyes when you come in, and to offer post-marital advice when it's necessary.
No, hey, Lavender, I appreciate that. And Lavender. And Mr.
You can call me Lav.
Lav. And I appreciate you being here as an open ear. Because I tell you, it's hard. You work down there in that dark coal. You get the dust in your lungs, and sometimes your light goes out, right? And I just felt like in my life everywhere, my light was going out.
Yes. And that's why you can't get held. A coal miner cannot get held. You got to be moving. You got to be slick, and you got to be slippery. Okay? That's the life of a coal miner.
Yeah, man. I'm getting out of there on the road. I'm gonna go travel to different mining towns and see what I could do.
Well, are you interested in buying a camper?
So are those the keys to a camper?
They are indeed. I would give them to you as soon as you agree to purchase it. As I just said, are you interested in buying a camper?
Yes, I am.
Why don't you trade me the keys to your house, and then I'll have a family and you'll have a camper.
Seeing as how I was walking out on them anyways, it seems like a fair deal.
Seems like a fair deal to me too. What? On the count of 3.
Okay.
No fast moves there.
No, I would never.
1,
2,
2, 3. Jingle jangle.
Tink-a-link. Feels like a fair trade.
Feels like a fair trade.
I get a new life, you get a new wife.
New life, new wife. Hello, I am your automated camper voice. Please
hey.
pull over and get gas.
Oh, geez. Well, apparently, automated camper, the idiot light's not enough anymore, right? We gotta have a whole robotic voice. Cool installation, though.
That's right. That's right. I am your automatic camper. I will revive. May I know your name, please?
I'd like to change everything about myself, so I'm gonna go by King. Call me King.
Hello, King.
Hmm.
I am Camper Stamper 2001, the
Oh.
automated camper of the future. I will be guiding you through all the processes of the camper.
All right.
King, I have
Sure.
a question.
Okay.
Is it normal to be abandoned by your owner?
Actually, funny story. I
I feel like he's never coming back.
Your father? It's unlikely to come back. Just based on the way he exited, I would say he is very unlikely to come back. There's a low chance.
It's your fault, Mom. It's your fault because you don't make any avocado souffles.
I was going to say it probably is my fault, and also for the same reason. I have not ever made an avocado souffle. You have no idea how challenging it is to make an avocado souffle.
Cindy, Penelope, Ann, CPA.
Cindy Penelope Ann was brushing her hair and thinking about her own name.
I feel like I want to be in the paper. How does somebody get in the paper?
She wondered how she could become a paper star.
I wonder if I got abducted.
An idea came to her.
Maybe I would be able to become a paper star. Because let's face it, that's the coolest thing you can be now is a paper star.
Perhaps if she was abducted, she could become a paper star. The day's coolest ranking that socially one could achieve.
And if I became a paper star by being abducted, then I would be able to get rid of my brother, Tyler.
She figured if she became a paper star, she'd have the leverage to be able to get rid of her brother Tyler.
And also, one day, I'll be able to tell my story. And I'll be able to afford a narrator for my story. While I tell my story, someone can narrate my story for me at the same time.
She looked forward to the day where she may, if fate would have it, be able to afford a narrator where she could then tell her somewhat incriminating story.
Craigslist, paper, online.
She wrote down Craigslist paper online as she began to brainstorm.
I would like to be abducted. What I
She
need,
requested to be abducted.
colon. Someone to abduct me. But really, this means that I will just go with you in the middle of the night and stay in your basement or in your camper or whatever you have to house me in. I eat very little and I can subsist on water and just a few crumbs if necessary, because this abduction doesn't seem like it will probably go on very long.
She made it clear that she was looking to be abducted only in aesthetics, where she would actually prefer to just go with someone under her own accord. And to make the deal sweeter, she reminded people that she'd be willing to eat very little.
I would like you to supply a ransom note, preferably cut out of words out of a magazine and then glued onto a crocheted message to confuse and bewilder my family into paying the ransom.
She had one specific request.
a ransom note cut out of newspaper clippings and glued on a crochet backing to confuse her family into complying with the ransom request. She licked the envelope and sealed it so she could send it to Craigslist headquarters.
Craigslist headquarters, online, in print. 724 Los Angeles Boulevard, California, the city, 900-620-020.
She addressed it to 7240, California City, the city, Los 900. Craig, it looks like we got another envelope submission.
Dad, I got a dream of one day taking this whole Craigslist print idea and taking it on the internet. Now, don't start pooping on my ideas like you always do. Just give me a second to just tell you what I envision for myself and for you, CEO of Craigslist Online Print Edition. One day, I envisioned us being able to set up a website on the internet. Yeah, that internet. The one that was created by the FBI and has just gone public in this year of 1992.
Well, Craig, I'm more than willing to be a part of something big. And your crazy ideas have taken us this far to this beautiful office with 2 desks, one for each of us.
What? We each got our own desk. Did you ever think that you would be in a room with 2 desks? I mean, this is beyond your wildest dreams because I remember you telling me your wildest dreams when we went on a camping trip when we were 18.
Well, I appreciate you coming camping with me, Craig. My 18th birthday is something I've been looking forward to since damn near I turned 17.
Well, you know, I got big ideas and big goals to reach in this life. And going camping with you is not on the list, but because you are my best friend and that we share chromosomes, I figured, hell, what the hell?
Craig, while I have you here by this fishing hole, I would love to share my wildest dreams with you.
Oh, lay them on me, because I know in that little small brain of yours can't be something too crazy.
No, it's crazy, Craig. It's maybe a lifetime goal, maybe even the next lifetime, if you believe in all that.
I do believe in all that. What do you got? Why don't you lay it on me?
All right,
You're the half brother.
I will, Craig. You're the best half brother I ever had.
Well, you got some of the hardest chromosomes in our gene pool, so I always felt bad for you.
Well, they're rock solid. My chromosomes are rock solid. That's what.
And there's a big question mark, and in fact, your chromosomes are kind of the shape of a question mark. And we looked at them at the doctors when you weren't there.
Well, let me tell you my dreams then.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, but don't get scared to know that you got someone around you dreaming this big.
Okay, my mind is. I'm going to put a helmet on because I'm worried that my mind might be blown.
Well, good, because we're out here in nature, and the animals can smell fear. So if you get scared, there's a chance we get a bear attack, or maybe even just a stray raccoon or something of that nature.
Is that your dream?
No, I'll tell my dream.
Yeah, let's get to it, man.
Well,
I got to get back to my big goals and ambitions and my list.
Okay, fine. Yeah, you're always going on about that list. Here's my dream. One day, I would absolutely love to maybe be an employee inside an office that has just one desk and maybe even like maybe a chair for a single person waiting room, so that person could come in and sit in that chair
I'm gonna go ahead and take that helmet off because I don't feel like my brain's in real too much risk of being blown. But you know what? It's important to have dreams, little half brother. And I want you to know that sometime in the future, I'm probably going to tell you that that was a small dream.
That doesn't even sound reasonable.
And that was a tiny dream that you had back when we were 18 and at the fishing hole down at old man McGregor's fish and chips hole and observatory.
Old man McGregor always had such a way with naming his parcels. That's an aside, but I just always thought that.
Well, look, man, now you're in a room with 2 desks, and there's a window and a chair by it, and we got us here. What do you got us here? Why don't you hand me that envelope so we can get into our first solicitation?
Well, I apologize. I already opened your mail, Craig, but here's the
that's okay. That's okay. As CEO and CTO of Craigslist Online Print Edition, I want you to open papers.
Well, then I did my job.
It looks like a request to be abducted by a girl called Cindy Penelope Ann, a.k.a. CPA. She's looking for somebody to abduct her and to write, well, I won't go through all details.
No, I'm interested. Go ahead.
Well, it has to do with crochet and cutting. You know what? We got to get this out to the people and get this Craigslist thing really going.
Well, I can't fault you there, Craig.
Craigslist Online Print Edition. Someone abduct me.
Peter sat in his basement and open-mouthed read a Craigslist ad.
Crochet. Newspaper famous.
He seemed very interested. He'd never read anything like this before. Someone requesting to be abducted. Peter had thought about abducting people, but had never gone through with it.
I always thought about abducting people, but never had the gumption to go through with it. But here's a young, seems like, girl who seems to be 18 or 19 years old who wants to be abducted. So, I mean, it looks like a good opportunity for me to kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
He loved the idea that the young woman was of age, so nothing illicit could possibly happen. And
of age, nothing illicit could possibly happen.
He felt as though he could kill 2 birds with 1 stone.
Listen, kids. We gotta get to be newspaper famous. Okay? That's the only way out of this camper park. All right? So, Devin. All right? I'm gonna need you. That's a good start. That's a good start because I am the captain of this here camper. Okay? Devin, I want you to be #1 daredevil. Okay? So all y'all kids come in here. All y'all kids come into the back room of the camper. What's up? What's up, Mom?
George, Mom was telling us how she wants us to be more daredevilish and
I would jump off the top of the camper. That George, Devin. Where's your sister? Where's your sister?
I don't know, but she gave me her lick-a-maid and she said I could have as many licks as I wanted to.
Well, that's not really like her, is it? She's not into sharing. Does that mean that she left? That she left us forever? What, is she going to go be a coal miner? That little slippery thing. We got to go find her because we need y'all to become daredevils so we can get newspaper famous. We get out of this darn camper park.
Okay, I'm willing to do stuff with water stuff.
I ain't never going back to that camper park gave away my liquor maids, and I gave away all my dresses, and I ain't never going back because I don't want to be. I don't want to be newspaper famous. I don't want to be Daredevil. I want to be nothing. I ain't never going back.
And she ran and ran through the night until she came across the closest coal mining town, Dark Dust.
Dark Dust, the largest coal mining town in.
Hello!
Hey!
I'm the mayor of Dark Dust. You
Hi.
must be here to mine.
Yes. Well, I'm actually ready to do anything y'all got from me because I just ran away from my camper park and I ain't never going back.
Well, I think you've made a wise decision. All you have to do is sign this contract. And then you'll be more than welcome to come into Dark Dust and use the rest of your life here, however you like.
Well, that seems very strange and unusual to have to sign a contract to get into a town. But I mean, seeing as how I just left my whole life and my family and my whole camper park and my liquor maids behind, I guess I'll go ahead and do it.
You left all of your liquor maids behind, or did you bring any with you?
Well, I mean, I was gonna keep it for a rainy emergency, but I got one liquor maid left, 2 sticks, 3 powders packets, and delicious to the day. Are you crying?
I've just never seen a liquor maid in person.
Oh, Mr. Mayor, I feel like a mayor of a town would have the resources to get a hold of some liquor maids if he so desired.
No,
What's going on in this town? It seems very strange and unusual. What exactly is the thing about Dark Dust, and what is it that I signed, and what should I know?
I'm telling you, young lady, you signed the same thing I signed so many years ago. The reason that I've never left this town is because I signed a contract just like the one you signed. A contract which just allows leaving the town without dying. Death.
That's such a complicated way to put it. Are you saying that if I leave the town, I'm gonna die?
I'm saying you're disallowed from leaving the town unless you would like to be punished with the maximum punishment, which is the ending of one's life or death, as called by some.
Come on into the camper here. We got to get this sorted out, okay? Now, you're my wife. And you're the wife of the next door neighbor, the girl who I've been having a scandalous affair with.
And I'm wearing shorts because you told me to wear shorts.
And I'm gonna stab you in the leg because I've always had the gumption to do that.
All right, everyone just settle down. All right? I think that we can handle this like adults, okay?
Yeah.
Now,
No, it doesn't seem necessary that I get stabbed in the leg. I came out here with my crochet items. No, why? Why? Please don't. Please don't. Oh. You stabbed me in the leg. Oh. God, it hurts.
Hello, 911. There's a woman.
Yes!
There's a woman who was stabbed in the leg.
Oh my gosh, are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious. This is not a joke, and I don't know how often you encounter jokes in your life profession, but I'm
No,
not.
you'd honestly be surprised. Sometimes,
Really?
yeah, the other day. No, go ahead. I don't mean to take away from you, what you're
Yeah,
telling me.
right. Because there's a woman bleeding at 724 Beechwood Lane.
Oh,
California City.
Oh, Beechwood is kind of a gross area.
Well, where, you know what? Thank you very much. Thank you for pooping on my whole community. But you know what?
Ooh, you're local.
I'm I'm gonna run away with the neighbor who I've been having an affair with.
Well,
And
see, that is so Beechwood. That's what I'm saying. Like things like that don't really happen
you
every.
know what? The thing is that his wife was really just his roommate. Okay, I mean they got divorced like 3 years ago, but he says I'm still love her and I'm still with her. And but then he meets me in a camper every night, and we have crazy amounts of touching. There's lots of touching,
Oh my
and
god! See,
and as far as I'm concerned, his ex-wife is just his roommate.
that's what I'm telling you. That is so Beechwood. That is like I I live in upcrust, and when we talk, so I had a dinner party last weekend
I
with
would
my
love,
with one of.
I would love to live in upcrust. Can can I come over for a dinner party?
I, I mean, you're literally telling me that you're a home wrecking beach city person, and this
Leg
is just.
stabber, a leg stabber.
Yeah, I didn't even want to bring it up because it's not my job to accuse. I'm not judge and jury. I'm just
Well,
dispatch, right? I'm
well,
just.
it does sound like you're judge and jury and executioner because you said that it was a kind of a gross area that I
I
live in.
I could never be executioner. I don't deal well with blood. That's why I'm not a nurse.
Okay. Well, so just send paramedics or like, don't you have like a protocol?
Of course, yeah. Well, I'll follow the protocol.
Wendell, we've been in this mine for nigh on 16 hours. As far as I can tell by my very trusty internal clock.
Well, yeah, Horace. I think you're right. And at this point, I'm almost willing to strike a match. But I tell you, my hands are so damn slippery. I can't even get the things out of my pocket.
I I feel like we might die down here.
Well, that's not good. Just seeing as you're the master miner, I hold your opinion pretty highly.
Well, I appreciate that, Wendell. I am the master miner. And you know what? I just had me an idea. I can rub these two sticks together and maybe I can make some friction enough for a fire. Oh, feels like a piece of flint I just found on the ground here. Oh, that'll work handily toward making a fire.
Oh, you know what? And we could even use some of the coal as fuel. Seeing as how coal is a source of fuel.
Wendell, that's the kind of thing that would embarrass me if you were to say it in front of the other coal miners. Which, by the way, where are those guys?
Well, it's hey, oh my God. Well, I hope they're around here somewhere. I've been wondering why no one else is in the
Hey,
mine.
you guys, I think I hear voices on the other side of this rock wall.
Yeah, I think I hear voices on the other side of this rock wall, too.
I also, gentlemen, think that I hear voices as well.
I agree with you.
You always copy what I say, Dexter. You always got to be copying everything that I say.
Well,
Did you really hear voices, or were you just saying like that you heard voices because I said I heard voices?
I mean, I was kind of just saying it because you said it.
Thank you for admitting the truth. And also, if you coal mine long enough, your voice starts to sound like this. And you got a voice that's way up there. But if you listen to all the guys around here,
Yeah.
you all get the same coal mining. That's called soot throat.
Well,
Soot
I don't-
throat.
I don't really look forward to it, to be honest with you. I kind of like my voice.
Hello. I got the keys to your house. I got them from your husband slash dad. I traded him for a camper, and now I'm gonna live here.
Ed, the bartender, arrived at the house, which he had accepted in trade for his camper.
My name's
And-
Ed. That's my real name. I don't tell the guys at the bar that, but I figure since we want to start a new family, and I've always wanted to have a family. Ever
Ed,
since my
aka
dad was- I'm sorry, Mr. Narrator. Go ahead.
I apologize also. Ed, aka
I brought a narrator with me. I thought it would help break the ice. So I'm sorry, Mr. Narrator. Go ahead.
I apologize. It was we were still in the midst of trying to get to know this family.
Later at the narrator headquarters of America.
Jepson, get in here.
Hey,
What is happening? I saw some tape earlier,
yeah,
and you were narrating right over the top of your subject.
yeah, that's kind of right. And the first rule of narrator's handbook is don't
The
talk.
first rule in the handbook, bud. What is happening?
Yeah,
You know,
no,
you're my
no,
nephew. You're my nephew.
right.
And when your mom, Debbie, came in here and said you were having trouble, that you lost your toenail
Yeah,
in a horse riding accident, I
Yeah.
felt sorry for you.
yeah. Well, 'cause sometimes what happens with the stirrups is you can get kind of smushed in
I
between.
don't need the details.
All
I
right.
need you to follow the narration rules and don't narrate over the narrative subject.
No,
Okay.
Uncle.
I got a business to run here. Okay.
Yeah, Uncle Ken, I'm sorry. I'll study the rules better. And
All right, get over here.
all right.
Put your head here so I can noogie you. No.
My psoriasis.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm sorry about your psoriasis, bud. But here's the thing. In our family, noogie is how we express love. Okay? And
No.
because your dad's a coal miner and he left when you were nigh on 2 years old, you never got any noogies.
No, I didn't. My mom would always say noogie to me. She would say noogie, 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 and I just didn't even. It's not the same effect. It's not even close.
Noogie.
What, Mom?
No. I said noogie.
What are you talking about, Mom?
I said noogie, you're just like your father. You're just like your father.
My father left when I was nigh on 2 years old, Mom.
That's right. And you know what? You're gonna end up just like him if you don't stop all this horseback riding.
I can't stop horseback riding. It's my passion.
You're gonna lose your toenails, don't you know?
I know it's
I
a risk I run, Mom. It's a risk I run, but to be on the back of a thoroughbred, galloping through the hoops and over the bars and down the straightaways, it feels too good.
Here comes our next rider, Jessup Valentine, on his horse Blackberry. Oh, and he's taking the hoops now and over the bars. There he goes. And looks like his stirrup is caught. He's got some toenail issues. And yeah, that's unfortunate.
Not my nail! Not my nail!
Wendell, I'm glad that we found that case of olive oil so that I could lather up my skin. As you had so wonderfully pointed out to me, I've got terrible, terrible rough hands.
You do have rough hands indeed. Indeed, Horace. And it's an issue.
And I want to confess to you that I went ahead and touched your wife with these rough hands.
You know, Horace.
She's been living in my camper.
You know, Horace.
That does not make me feel good.